But I have a fantastic guest joining me from New York.
Wow.
Se-Hoon Kim. Mr. Kim, are you getting me? He is a senior correspondent of the Eastern Asian Affairs. He's also assignment head of the Global Strat Reviews. But more importantly, he claims to be a descendant of Princess Suriratna of Korea.
Lovely.
Very good evening and welcome, Mr. Kim. Good morning there in New York. Are you getting me?
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I can hear you very clearly. And it's an honor to join you here.
All right, let's listen from you, your thoughts on the Ramayana and Lord Ram as we build up to January 22nd, consecration of the Ram temple in Ayodhya. Your thoughts?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's certainly a wonderful, wonderful news. And, you know, as somebody who was born outside of India and as, in a sense, a non-Indian and as a Korean, you know, it begs the question, you know, what does it really have to do with any of us? Well, in reality, it has a lot to do with us. For example, you know, the story of the Ramayana itself teaches us a very valuable lesson in the sense that it teaches us the importance of unity, but more importantly, it teaches us the reminder that the world may not be a happy place all the time, but there's always good that's fighting back against the evils that exist in there. To talk a little bit about my background, my last name is actually Kim, and our clan, the clan that I belong to, is the clan of Kime, which are who are the descendants of the of Queen Suriratna, who once lived in Ayodhya. The legend goes, to share a little bit with you, she and her parents, the king and the queen at the time, received a revelation from Bhagwan, or a higher spirit, in a dream, telling them that Queen Suriratna's or Princess Suriratna at that time, her husband will be waiting for her at a distant land, and a sea coordinate apparently was given over, and it was and by faith they followed it, and at the end of her journey, she reached to what we know as the Korean Peninsula today, specifically the Gaya Kingdom, which was the southern portion of Korea, where I'm also from as well. And so, and for some reason, the emperor or the king of the southern kingdom at the time, King Suro, actually received her, as he also received the revelation from a higher being at that time, that his wife arriving on the shore. The legend goes that they were somehow able to communicate with each other, and they married, and she actually became the first Indian empress to ever exist in Korean history. And so so in a sense,
wow,
even just going back to the whole Ramayana,
what a fantastic bit of history,
and the story of the Ramayana, you know, it's in a sense for folks like me, especially, you know, it's arguable that we in a sense we have this sense of Bharat in all of us, and we're very honored to be part of it.
Wow.
Beautiful. That sense of Bharat in Korea. Can you fix your video also, Kim? It's so fantastic to listen to that story. I would want to come back to you and listen to more of what's really happening in the present. Shantanu, you want to add something?
And in 2018, from the story is building, the first lady of South Korea was the chief guest in Deepotsav in Ayodhya.
Yes.
And if you walk in the streets of Ayodhya during any important festival, you'll find a lot of Koreans. And first time I realized, why are Koreans in Ayodhya? Right? And as you rightly said, a lot of people relate to them that we are descendants of a queen from Ayodhya. So I think fantastically said.
Absolutely. In fact, remember early 90s, there was a movie made, an Indo-Japanese project.
Yeah, exactly.
The Prince Ram, right? And that really gives you an idea of the kind of popularity the story of Lord Ram has even in Japan. So from Korea to Japan to Thailand to our guest in Malta, everywhere. the earlier capital of Thailand
Was
used to
Ayodhya.
be called Ayodhya.
And the city is still there. This time I also went to the Hindu Congress in Thailand. I went there. It's a beautiful city. Only thing, after the attack with Mamnar, they changed it to Bangkok. But the city still exists. It's a very flourishing city. A lot of monuments, a lot of places still there. Beautiful city. They all celebrate many of the Indian festivals in a very little different format, but all are being celebrated there in Ayodhya, whole of Thailand, many other parts of South Asia.
Right. Pandit Sharma ji in London, what's really happening at 10 Downing Street? Or something is happening? Or is something happening?
Well, the Dharam Yudh is underway and there's a great deal of confusion. I think our Prime Minister is being given a wonderful opportunity to reconnect with the Maryada of a Dharmic Prime Minister. And I think if he takes the challenge and commits and makes choices on a Dharmic basis, he will come out of this. But there is an incredible Yudh going on. When I speak about London and some of the things that are happening there, it always feels to me that the Hindus in London, we are Vibhishan Sena. we are trying our best to awaken the message of the Ramayana in a land whose capital city, the streets were paved with gold, and we all know which other city had its streets paved with gold. So our Prime Minister and the Bharatiya community here, the Indian origin community here, we're gently trying to do a bit of course correction. It's not the easiest thing to do. If there was one place which at the moment is struggling with so many identity crises, it is the United Kingdom. It has a lot to cope with. It has a great deal of history which is now being rediscovered and rewritten. It has a whole new raft of political relationships which need to be worked again from the ground up. And in all of this chaos, we have a Hindu community who is gently trying to influence things. I have the greatest sympathy with the task that Rishiji has in front of him. But I'm hoping he'll have the courage to be able to stick to his principles. You know, the Ramayana, for somebody who is emotional, we have Tulsi Das Ji's Ramayana. For somebody who is a philosopher, we have the Maharamayan. You know, we have the Adhyatmik Ramayana for somebody who is engaged in Yoga Bhyas. Everybody should immerse themselves in one of the Ramayans that appeals to them, and they'll derive an enormous amount of strength and benefit from it. And that's a subliminal and hidden message to our dear Prime Minister as well.
Right. Can I go to Dr. Dharamayasa again at Valletta? And he was talking about the Balinese Ramayana. But you see, the Indonesia connect that Santanu was talking about to Mr. Dharamayasa, an overwhelmingly Islamic country, a Muslim nation, and yet so comfortable with Ramayana,
Yes.
the stories of Lord Ram, with the murals,
because
with the
public statues all over.
with the public installations. Can you tell us something more about this comfort that the society there has with Lord Ram and Ramayana?
Yes. That's because we accept the Ramayana as Ramayana itself, as it is. Ramayana as Ramayana. We don't bring politics into Ramayana, and we don't bring some virus into Ramayana. And in opposite way, we bring Ramayana into every part of our life, into political event. For example, in Indonesia,
What a beautiful thing to say.
very famous, we call it Mukutaramo. So how to become, it's a teaching, beautiful teaching in the Ramayana itself, how to become an ideal king. So it's purifying our politics, not disturbing Ramayana as Ramayana. So in Java itself, previously it's called Ayodhya, and from Ayodhya became Ayodhya, and Yogya. Now it's the city of Yogyakarta, where we perform Ramayana every day, and every full moon you will see more than 200 artists perform Ramayana at the big temple, Mahadev temple, Prambanan temple, and none of them are Hindu. All non-Hindus playing that. And they don't think that they are
Yes.
performing something belonging to others. It's belong to them, and it's our blood. So like this, we can see all over Indonesia. In Bali, you can see every street name, restaurant name, art shop name. It's full of Ramayana. And our name, it's Rama, Lakshman, like this. Sita, but we call it Sinta. So it's Ramayana
Yes.
belong to all, to the world. Like Ayodhya, you have
Ram,
Ayodhya
of
there.
course, belongs to
In,
all. It's
in
an ideal.
Indonesia, you have this Ayodhya. And but why it's called Ayodhya? It's Ayodhya because Ayodhya, not because you have a atom bomb there, you have a nuclear weapon, but because you have in our ancient Ramayana, it's written in the palm leaf. It's said there why Ayodhya becomes so powerful, unconquered kingdom, because
Yeah.
Ayodhya full of
Yeah.
wise people and good people. So that's why Ayodhya became strong.
Absolutely. What a beautiful
Conquered.
thing to say.